Jim Bowden's article, MLB execs predict Alcantara, Naylor, and other players most likely to be traded at the deadline. We love to slice and dice his articles. Do you want to go down the line here? We'll do pitchers first and then position players.
Sure.
Yes.
Okay.
Pick out some players there, Scotty.
I think Alcantara is not
surprises me.
obvious.
But he's under contract.
Super team.
Super team friendly contract. If I'm Bendix, I'm thinking about maybe I keep him and at least have one guy people have heard of.
They've got some strong young pitchers that people don't know about.
He's got what, 2 seasons after this, Alcantara?
Yeah, 27. There's another option for 27. Yeah.
Okay, so if you're the Marlins, do you feel like you're competing by then? Actually, maybe. I mean, how long do the
If
people
their
have
starter
to wait?
pitchers stay healthy.
Yeah, Edward Cabrera is having a great year. He
My boy
dominated
Junk's
again.
pitching.
Junk?
Mm-hmm. Meyer?
So you think they should hold on to him?
I
Well,
agree.
they don't care what you think.
No, they don't. If everybody in the world thinks they're going to hold on to a guy, guess what they're going to do? He'll be on the first boat to wherever the next stop is, because that's just what they do.
What about Edward Cabrera? He's
another
on this
one.
list.
Why not hold on to him?
He's not making much money yet.
Nope. He's already had his Tommy John, so he's good for a while.
He's had a lot of injuries. 7 times on the IL from 2021 through 2024, including 3 shoulder impingement issues.
But that also scares a lot of teams.
It scares a lot of teams, but it might scare his own team who's thinking he's having a career year.
Now, on this list, the ones that make sense, Mitch Keller, I don't think is going to get traded because the Pirates, again, he's a team-friendly deal. They're going to hold on to
I
him.
disagree.
I think he needs for sure. Eflin expiring contract for sure.
If he's healthy.
If he's healthy. And then the 2 Diamondback guys, it depends how they play in the next 10 days.
Correct.
But Zach Allen dealt last night.
I disagree with you on Mitch Keller. I don't think he's definitely getting traded, but I do think the Pirates will shop him. There's no owner in baseball who goes more off of how much are we making this year, and they are not going to make nearly as much as they thought. For the commenters that are holding hands with owners all the time, I'm just giving you the actual details of how this works. Bob Nutting has a budget. So this is a way for them to significantly trim from that budget, and this is the position of strength for them. Trade Mitch Keller, open up a little money for the position player side, and also maybe get yourself a position player prospect or 2 because they have a lot of work to do on the position player front. I don't think it's a crazy thought. He's making $15 million this year, which is 20% of their opening day payroll, $16.5 million next year, 18 and 27, $20 million in 2028, and he does not have a no trade clause. If there's a time, this could be it. Plus, big, athletic, could have another year like Garrett Cole did, like Tyler Glasnow did, performance-wise. No?
I guess.
Okay. If somebody sees something in him, yes, that's the team that's.
So
going to
maybe he's a 500 pitcher because isn't he kind of around? He's 2-10 this year, which doesn't matter.
He's 2-10, but the big thing, the glaring thing, is his strikeouts per 9.
Yeah,
he's got 77 Ks in 99 innings. You know who needs that? It's the innings. Teams that don't have guys who go long, they could trade for him. But you look at his salaries that are coming up next year. No chance Bob Nutting wants to have another pitcher who is 2-10, because he'll look at that and say, well, he's 2-10, on his roster that's taking up 20% of his salary. No way. He just passed the threshold, Nutting just passed the threshold of paying somebody $10 million. When he gave Ke'Bryan Hayes a few years ago a front-laden contract that paid the first player to play for $10 million a year under the Pirates. Now he's changed that.
This is a backloaded contract.
And he does not want that around. The only way he doesn't get moved is if the value is not out there. And Pirate fans, I'm sorry, the history says they ain't getting anybody good because they're not willing to eat any of that money. So you're going to choose from a lower tier of players. That's why they went and got, they got Musgrove. They got, I'm blanking on the other guys they got for like Garrett Cole. For Tyler Glasnow, they got Fleece. They got Chris Archer at the end of his career. They gave up Boz. They gave up Glasnow in the same deal. Like, sorry, they're not going to, because to get something good back, you have to be willing to eat some of the contract, and they won't.
I'm with you.
I don't think he's going to get dealt.
But I think
the more interesting guys on this from the Pirates is Bednar and Dennis Santana.
Okay, so let's
because Bednar, let's not forget, started the year in the minor leagues. He got optioned to AAA. Now he's been perfect in save opportunity.
Well, he got optioned after a week. Or
whatever.
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 Just clarifying for the losers that are going to come out.
He was in the minor leagues this year.
Yes.
But he's been perfect in saves since he's come back.
And Dennis Santana
is a good guy. But also, here's the problem that you have with all these guys. The Pirates are playing better. Okay, and Nutting's going to look at that and say, oh, maybe we can build some for next year. I'm going to cut the payroll because this is what we have. And we could be better because we were 16 and 15 or whatever it is in their last 31 games. They hired Don Kelly, right? But those two are more interesting to me because there's a lot of teams out there that can use a reliever.
I think they'll both get traded.
Okay. But I don't see Mason Miller. He's not getting traded. I'm sorry. Felix Bautista could. Helsley could. Clase could. The two Twins guys could.
Bednar's gone.
I'm a hard no on Felix Bautista. I think there's a PR battle going on in Baltimore right now. They've got pitchforks. This is a player who cost $1 million this year, and he's under control for, I think, at least 2 more years after this. Are you competing next year? And he's on fire in the past month.
Yeah.
Isn't this your closer?
Yeah. Mason Miller to me is not going either.
No,
I'm sorry.
They always put him out there. No chance.
Chapman's gone if the Red Sox aren't in it by then.
True.
He always gets dealt at the deadline. Hired gun, 2 months.
But Dennis Santana and Bednar are both going to be 5+ service year guys after this season. You're getting a year and a half. This is prime Pirates candidate. They're both pitching well. Dennis Santana's come back from the trying to hit a fan thing. But, hey, you know what? These two.
That's why I think Santana's pretty likely to go. Plus,
of course,
the bad PR of that.
Yeah, law of averages. He's not going to do that again.
Yeah, true, but still.
Position players.
Ryan O'Hearn, to me, is
gone.
Suarez, it depends how they do the next 10 days. Mullins probably gone.
Suarez is going to be a huge pickup. Right-handed.
Naylor to me, again, the Diamondback guys, to me, it's all about like how they do in the next week or so. Because then they have to make a decision by the All-Star break. What are we doing? Are we in? Are we out? Luis Robert Jr., we've talked about it. He has no value right now. Great. I want to trade Luis Robert Jr. He's hurt, and he sucks when he plays. He's hitting 180 or whatever he's hitting.
They held him too long. What about Brian Reynolds?
Nutting would love to get rid of him.
Yeah.
His first $100 million guy.
I know. I don't
But is they going to get enough in return without him eating money?
No.
Probably not.
I don't think he's in that window of somebody they'll get rid of. And you have to have somebody in your lineup.
Why would the Guardians trade Stephen Kwan?
I don't know.
That one to me also.
That's deeper down on the list, but I don't know.
Bregman's not going to get traded, I don't think, because the Red Sox are going to want to bring him back next year. And usually you don't trade a guy and then bring him back. It very rarely happens. Aroldis Chapman is like one of the only guys in the history of the world that has it happen.
If Bregman comes back and hits, they could deal him. He's a free agent if he comes back and looks good. He can opt out.
I know.
Yeah, because you're not getting anything when he opts out because he's going to opt out. Whether they're re-signing him or not, maybe they are like, hey, we got rid of Devers. We're going to re-sign him now.
Last one at the end of this list, Castellanos?
I think his name was just there because it was in the Kyle Tucker stuff in the offseason.
That means they were willing to deal him.
Right.
But the Phillies don't have enough outfielders as it is.
So I think the only way it happens is if they get something like a
Mullins
or even –
Is Mullins an upgrade from Castellanos? No, not to me. He's not.
Defensively.
But defensively, say Castellanos go play right. And you have, the guys that are in left and center, and Castellanos is right. It's not. I mean, he's not great, but he's not gonna kill you out.
They think he's killing them.
No.
Yes, they do.
Statistically, they think that Brandon Marsh, Johan Rojas, and Max Kepler are better than the combination of Nick Castellanos, Rojas, and Marsh.
And if you replace Rojas with Mullins, you upgraded the bat, and you're still putting an elite.
And Rojas is still going to be on the roster because
he's the fourth guy.
He's a Gold Glove.
And you go out there and steal you a base if you need one in a game.
That's perfect fourth outfield.
The play that I could see is if they got rid of Castellanos and they were able to pick up like a Bednar Reynolds combination from the Pirates, where you have somebody to fill in. As much as Dombrowski decimates farm systems, which I completely agree with, he isn't afraid of looking for guys that are not just rentals. He'll look for rentals, but a guy like Reynolds could fit into the future of their organization. And I think a guy that's not been on a winning team, not been on a competitive team, with his pedigree, with what I think his talent is as a switch hitter, I think he could fit really well there. And the Phillies aren't afraid of picking up a contract because they're not going to re-sign Real Muto, Castellanos, and Schwarber all next year.
And for the Phillies, that's not a heavy contract. And I know what most front offices look at these days. StatCast page is popping.
By the way, if Castellanos gets traded to the Pirates,
No. Not too.
he might have a revolution.
Not the same deal. But he's just saying they could acquire Reynolds.
No, I know, but I mean, they got to trade somebody to the Pirates, and as a salary offset.
Yeah, but the Pirates don't want him; they want prospects.
But I'm just saying, if you have to get into that with a salary offset, then maybe the Pirates could turn and send him somewhere else.
Sure.
But if he has to go to, it'd be like Mike Piazza when Mike Piazza went to the Marlins for like a day. Like there would probably be a revolution. If Castellanos walked in and put on the Pirates uniform for like 5 days, he
got
it
a
would
revolution. And Nick
It'd
Castellanos
be awesome.
no errors in like 406 games or something.
He just doesn't have great range, but he doesn't except for the ball where he ran and the ball went behind him and then it was like a triple. Remember? It was
it's not an error.
I'm not saying it's an error, but he's not. Listen, he makes the plays he's supposed to make.
Yes, he does. But you have better options to put in his place when the game is on the line. Like a lot of good players. When I played with Lorenzo Cain in 2014, they moved Lorenzo Cain to right field and put Gerard Dyson in center field. This is a future Gold Glover that they would move because it was a better overall option.
But you're talking about two guys that rank super, super high in front office analytics on defense. And then for Castellanos, that was part of the little battle this year is he's -9 outs above average, one percentile outfielder, which for most front offices means I don't want you in the outfield anymore. And that's part of the battle. I'm just telling you what they're saying.
I get it.
He plays better in the playoffs in the outfield. He said it himself, but whatever. We'll see.
He hits well in the playoffs, too.
He does. Good debate. Anyway, this one was powered by Perfect Inning 25. Go get yourself MLB Perfect Inning 25 on your mobile device. It is free. If you're looking at the screen right now, you can scan it, give it a shot, play ball with Giancarlo and the rest of the big-time sluggers on the game. Experience the thrill of the real-time PvP baseball game in MLB Perfect Inning 25.
Hey, everybody. Be sure to like and subscribe for more content.
We're back here every weekday, all year long, so do not miss an episode.
The videos are coming in all day. Here's another video you might enjoy.
Baseball the way it should be covered.